Well, good morning. I thought I'd start a new channel other than the channel that I usually have and use about general high performance, because a lot of people have been asking me about fitness and training and workouts. So I thought maybe it's a good idea to start a channel dedicated to basically health and fitness, so without talking about all the other stuff. And the plan is, on this channel, I'm going to share my workouts and I'm going to share tips about my workouts, the kind of nutrition I use, and I'll be guided by you guys. So whatever you think I should be talking more about or less about, then please do post these questions or comments in the comment section for any of these videos. And what I'll do is I will try to steer the direction of the channel towards what you guys want to see. So let me tell you what I'm doing today. So it's Friday, it's the weekend, and I was thinking, depending on how I feel, to do like a big training block this weekend. So do multiple trainings throughout the day. So what I started about a month ago, I started basically what I'm calling a wannabe comeback to triathlon, and specifically mid-distance triathlon, so half Ironman distance. And I kind of took a break for a couple of years from triathlon, and now the plan is to come back and race in a half Ironman in December. So I just started basically building myself back up to that race. And so today, like I said, it's the weekend, first day of the weekend, Friday here in Dubai. So what I'm going to start with is the following session. I'll describe it to you. So as you can see here, I've got my bike set up with two laptops over here. As you can probably see, I'll put another video for that. So the plan is a 3-hour bike ride today, and what I'm working on is basically 3 hours with a varied number of intervals thrown in within those 3 hours. It's a structured workout, and basically the purpose is to build muscular endurance over the course of 3 hours. Now normally for a half Ironman distance back in 2013-14, when I was really doing a lot of triathlon, I would usually ride that in around 230 or 2.5 to 235. But I'm doing now more kind of longer hours because I'm not at the level I used to be, so I'm just trying to rebuild my muscular endurance to get to the point where I can actually do those 90 kilometers and get off the bike feeling very comfortable. So if I'm feeling good, I'm gonna do that workout. I'm gonna put on the screen now the actual workout, the structure workout, so you can see what kind of work I'm doing. And after that, my plan is to do an easy 5-kilometer run right off the bike, just to basically to test how my legs feel after cycling for 3 hours, which is something that I haven't done, like I said, in 2+ years. So that is the plan for this morning, and then I'll tell you about my workout for later on in the day and the rest of the weekend, if I'm feeling good and as they come along. So here's my bike setup, and nutrition wise, here's what I have. So for the first hour, it's gonna be 3 hours, and probably because I'm riding indoors and I'm using Zwift, as you can see here, basically what's happening is, before I talk about my nutrition, my setup. So I have a Taxflux here. So Zwift, which is on the laptop on the left, is controlling this device, and that's creating resistance, and it's allowing me to ride as if I'm riding outdoors. So it controls the resistance, and if the intervals calls for a significant increase in power, the resistance will increase, and I'll have no choice but to match that resistance. So I cannot slack off. I cannot decide to slow down my effort. The trainer, this device, is going to dictate how much effort I'm putting in. So I'll either stop pedaling completely, or I will have to match that resistance, which is a great way to build cycling strength. So nutrition wise, here's what I'm doing. I've got 4 bottles, and I will probably go through 3.5 bottles over the course of 3 hours, because I am riding indoors and it's a lot warmer despite the fan and the AC being on. It's very humid. So the first bottle, the one on the front down there, that just has ice water and a bit of Himalayan sea salt to make sure that I replenish my electrolytes while I'm kind of sweating a lot over here. Then the other 3 bottles have exactly the same thing. Each one of them has the same as the first one, so ice cold water, a pinch of Himalayan sea salt, and each one of them has 200 calories worth of maple syrup, so organic pure maple syrup, and the reason is to basically replenish my glycogen stores. Now, if I were doing a 3 or 4 hour bike ride where I was kind of in my aerobic zone, so just kind of steady riding, I would fill all 4 of them with just water and a pinch of Himalayan sea salt. I would not add any calories. But the reason I'm adding calories here is because I'm doing 3 hours of intervals. So I'm going to be burning a lot of glycogen because I'm going hard a lot of the time throughout that workout, and that is why I need to have some calories in those bottles. So I'll check in later with you throughout the workout. Right, so I did 2 hours. I wanted to do more, average around 170 watts. Average heart rate I think was around 160, something like that, 165 maybe. I will put the results on the screen now so you can have a look. But anyway, so when I woke up in the morning, I did my usual heart rate variability test, and I noticed it was a bit low. Not low enough to stop me from training, but lower than it's been all week, which means my nervous system has been quite stressed, which is not surprising. The last 2 or 3 days this week at work have been probably the most stressful in my career, other than when I was working for Lehman Brothers and it went bankrupt. But just so much happening at work, a lot of stress, and that has probably affected my nervous system, my sleep quality, which does have an impact on training. So even though last week I did 3 hours, I was perfectly fine. I did an even higher intensity than I did this morning. This morning I did 2 hours. The intensity was high, but not that high. But I just couldn't do more than 2 hours. I was just too tired. So I called it a day at 2 hours. So what I'm planning to do now is, well, take my shake, get some food, get some lunch later on. Maybe try another shorter bike session in the afternoon. Maybe a race on Zwift. That might do that, and a swim. We'll see about that. Anyway, I'll keep you posted.